Hi there. I hope you can hear the lovely bird song in the background. I have a journal to record. It was written on the 5th of April, the first one of that day, and the Mayan day was for Ahau, for Lord Light or Sun. So here goes. My friends, we are divine beings. We may have forgotten most of what we know, but that doesn't make us any less than divine. We're playing parts in a play here, which I call the grand drama, and we all chose our parts, our families, and our major challenges. Yeah, we knew about them before our bodies were born. I don't think everything is scripted, but I think we do choose our testings. So you were not born, nor was I. Your body was born, but you were not born any more than you will be dying when the body quits. You can't be born, you're eternal. We ought to all let that sink in a bit. We're so used to identifying with our avatar in this play, with the part that we're playing. And that makes it easy to forget both our origins and who and what we really are. So you were not born. How are you doing with this? Are you in heart? That's a lot better vantage point to view such things from. Try out your flexible perspective. I just love to pretzel the mind. I love having my mind pretzeled, all twisted up neatly, quite tied up within itself. That gives me some peace so I can go exploring something else by myself here within heart. You are divine. You have never been born. Deities are not born, they exist. You can say they are. That's more accurate. Now, can you identify with that? Try it out. We've been taught not to. It will make living life here much more bearable, sometimes even enjoyable. Give it a go. It requires a choice, though, a personal choice. Listening to my words or anyone's won't give you the experience. Use your free will. Most of the problems we face while living in 3D have to do with identity. That's what I think. With who and even what we think we are. Little children are knowledgeable on this. They know who they are. Instead of learning from them, which we could all do, we program them to believe that this life here is the real one. And so the programming starts. Well, we've reached the end of that road if we make that choice. Are you ready? I know I am. What kind of choices are you making day to day, moment to moment? What if your body was going to check out tomorrow? Do you feel ready? Do your choices reflect any readiness? What if you were standing for your life review on the other side 24 hours from now, looking back? How would that go for you? Let's look at our life from that very flexible perspective. I just realized the other day while watching yet another NDE story, near-death experience, that I was ready to go. Not that I want to, I don't, just that I'm ready. When I looked at my life right now and wondered, what would I change if I knew the body would be dying very soon? I realized I wouldn't change anything. Now that was a surprise. It's something it pays to ponder. What would you change about the way you're living your life? What changes could you make that would make your life review go that much better? What ways could you be kinder, more thoughtful to you? Yeah, that's right, to you. You're the important one here. The others are just playing bit parts to help you get to know you. to help me get to know me. Now stay in heart. This doesn't make mind sense, but if you'll stay heart-centered, I think you'll see that it makes heart sense. Your heart knows what is meant. It understands a heck of a lot more than your mind does. Check it out. You may be pleasantly surprised sometimes to just let go of the way mind is looking at it. Step into heart and find that you do know. But you know from heart in ways that don't mesh with mind. And so when you're in mind, it quashes heart. It won't let it speak. We all know so very much, and though we've forgotten, as a part of the entry price for the 3D ticket we punched when we were born here, that knowing is still there, hidden within. Had you ever considered that? Recall watching a video where something that was said that really touched or motivated you. Do you see how the sense that you got was that it was something you already knew but had just forgotten? I can't teach you a thing. And that's good, because I don't call myself a teacher of any kind. I'm a life experiencer, just like you and all the rest of you. We've all been somehow lured into mind and out of heart, which is where our divine nature is based. Like Jesus and so many have said, the kingdom is truly within. I find it in what I call heart, capital H, not the chakra, not the body's organ. It's different. Now, there's nothing you can teach me either. We didn't come down here to learn anything. We came to experience, to share, only that. Can you make friends with that possibility? Now, I didn't say that it was true, just that it is my experience and current understanding. You'll have to try it out for yourself, but you can't do that if you won't let it in the door. So, can you give it a chance? Open to the possibility. It's up to you. Like so many others, I once made my peace with why life is so difficult, why there are so many terrible things that seem to happen here, by believing that Earth was a schoolroom of the divine sort. That made it seem somewhat easier anyway. I believed we had rankings based on how good we were, or how old or wise our souls were. I bowed down to so many others, so very many, whom I thought were more advanced or somehow better, smarter than I was. Does that sound familiar? Well, I found my way out of that paradigm, and I'm a lot happier now. I feel closer to truth this way. Life isn't nearly so tough or painful today. On one side of the coin, almost all of that has just fallen away. 4-5, I wrote this. I'm amazed to find that perspective itself is practically everything. And it does all get back to identity, not just who and what are you. That's always what it is. But who and what do you take yourself to be? That's what's key. I found that when I identified with either the mind or the body, that I suffered somehow. No one told me I shouldn't do that. To do anything else was considered some sort of heresy. We all take some hard knocks while we're waking up to that one, to the case of identity. For quite a long time, we don't realize that's at the heart of our pain and suffering, who we think we are, who we take ourselves to be. Just like with the DNA, which when I was born, we were taught it was written in stone from our conception. And now we know that thought and emotion change our DNA. Nothing is written in stone here. We are far more powerful than we ever thought or dreamed we were, yet that doesn't do us a whole lot of good until we can see it. accept it, and take advantage of it. You can be a divine being all your life and work like a dog and never benefit from that. Although we don't work dogs so much these days. But anyway, I forgot who said that without vision, the people perish. But I second that. It's a fact. You can have the key to your prison door in your hip pocket. But if you don't know it's there, you're not going anywhere. It's just a potential for a future that doesn't even exist. What a mess. So, what can we do? Well, we can start identifying with who and what we really are. For a start, we can reach out for that. I think that about covers it, really. Just center in heart and keep doing that. If you're stubborn enough, one day you'll find yourself there, fully within your kingdom of heart. That place is divine. You won't need anyone to tell you that either. There aren't words to describe what it's like, and I guess that's why in the East they so often describe the divine by saying what it's not. Neti neti. We have to be willing to let our beliefs go. Now, those who worship at the altar of science have the worst time with this. They believe they're in charge of defining reality, and they just don't know that they aren't. That job belongs to each man, woman, and child, not to anyone else. We can have assistants and consultants, teachers and friends, but it's not anyone's job but our own to define our reality. We've got to take our power back. We get to choose many more elements in our reality than we now know. So, how lightly can you hold your beliefs? Have you considered that? How do you behave when they're challenged? Which beliefs do you have that if someone challenges them, you go up and smoke or have a fit or walk away? Which beliefs do you hold so strongly that you just tune anyone out who disagreed with you? I'll give you a hint, not that you need it. Often they center on religion or politics. Maybe that's you, maybe not. Still, it's a choice, and your body's not dead yet. More choices. That means you can still choose some other way, some other response, some other belief. Now, I'm not asking you to dump any beliefs here and now, just to let go of your stranglehold on them, especially the most important ones. Lighten up. Give yourself a bit of distance from them. Center in heart when you consider them next time. You should notice a difference. Give it a try. Life is meant to be enjoyed. Why not take that on as a new belief? It's a good one. Now, it sounds relatively innocent and harmless, right? Life is meant to be enjoyed. I believe this one strongly, so I recommend it to you. Actually, my bet is that it's one of the main reasons we got our ticket punched to take on our current role in the grand drama, to have some fun. It's one of the many things we just forgot. Well, take it back. It's a choice that can make a huge difference in your life, bit by bit, in the way you live it. That's what beliefs do. They structure our lives, just like language structures our consciousness. Beliefs structure our perceptions too. They shield us from seeing things counter to them. That's something to be aware of when you're practicing holding your beliefs lightly. You're screening a lot of stuff out. Helps to be aware. Someone hidebound and tied up in serious beliefs is blind to so many things, but They'll argue with you strenuously that they're not. They just can't see, but there's no way to show them their error. It's called a closed mind, another phrase for too tightly holding beliefs. And I'm going to step out here and say, that's not an error. That's their choice for the moment. That's their choice of how to experience life. If we held that, for us, maybe it would be an error. But for them right now, that's no error. Okay. But that's not you, or you wouldn't be here with these journals. So let's move on. Actually, this may be enough. It would be such a huge thing if people could begin to accept or make room for all the possibilities I've suggested here. And here's the bulleted list. You are divine. You were not born, your body was. You do not die, you cannot. You're playing a part in a play, the grand drama. You forgot who and what you are, so you identified with your part, your body. You didn't come here to 3D to learn. Being divine, you already know. Your purpose for coming here was for the experience. You're here to have fun as an important part of your purpose. You're no better, no worse than anyone else. There are no ranks. Your suffering dramatically decreases as you identify with higher self. Yeah, you didn't know all this stuff was in there, did you? Your beliefs structure your life. They define your reality and control your perceptions. And this is huge. It's empowering. Holding beliefs lightly makes you flexible, ready and able to better exercise choice and to change. To benefit from something, you must first see it and choose to be open to it. And finally, you are responsible for you. Let others alone. Now, if I was to recommend one, it would probably be enjoyment, that you're here to have fun. Let that invade every part of your life. Don't try to take all that stuff on. It's too much. Just pick one. Pick your favorite. Let that invade every part of your life. Keep it there in the back of your mind and watch the difference it makes. Just this one belief. Then I know you'll be a believer in what I say here. Beliefs create. It pays to select them carefully and to prune the useless or harmful ones now. Good day.